July 8, 2014. Varna Airport, Bulgaria. Security cameras capture a 28-year-old German tourist running for his life. He isn't running to catch a flight. He is running away from something. Or someone. He leaves behind his passport, his wallet, his phone, and his entire life. He sprints across the tarmac, climbs a 10-foot barbed wire fence, and vanishes into a dense, dark sunflower field. He was never seen again. This is the story of Lars Mittank. For over a decade, millions of people across the US, Europe, and the world have stared at this exact CCTV footage, asking the same chilling question. What did Lars see inside that airport that terrified him so much? Was he being hunted by the human trafficking mafia? Was he experiencing a sudden, violent, psychotic break? Or did he stumble upon something he was never supposed to see? Today, we are diving deep into the darkest, most scrutinized, unsolved disappearance of the 21st century. Strap in, because every single detail you think you know about this case is about to change. To understand the terror of July 8th, we must first go back to June 30th, 2014. Lars Mittank was an ordinary 28-year-old man from Itzehoe, northern Germany. He worked a stable job at a power plant, loved football, and was deeply attached to his parents. By all accounts, Lars was balanced, responsible, and completely normal. No history of mental illness, no drug abuse, no hidden secrets. So, when he booked a summer vacation with his core group of school friends to Golden Sands, Bulgaria, it was supposed to be a week of pure relaxation. Golden Sands is famous across Europe as a party hotspot. Cheap beer, beautiful beaches, and endless nightlife. For the first few days, the trip was exactly what they expected. Lars and his friends drank, laughed, and watched the 2014 FIFA World Cup. But on the night of July 5th, the vibe shifted. Lars, a passionate fan of the football club Werder Bremen, got into a heated verbal argument at a bar with a group of rival fans, supporters of Bayern Munich. It was standard football banter, but it left Lars agitated. Later that night, Lars split from his friends to get a late-night snack. He never made it back to the hotel that night. According to his friends, when Lars finally returned the next morning, he was injured. His jaw was swollen, and he complained of severe ear pain. Lars claimed that the Bayern Munich fans he argued with earlier had hired local Bulgarian thugs to jump him. Lars visited a local Bulgarian doctor. The diagnosis? A ruptured eardrum. The doctor warned him. The intense cabin pressure of an airplane could cause his ear to burst permanently, leading to severe brain complications or total hearing loss. Lars was strongly advised not to fly. And this is where the mystery officially begins. Lars's friends were scheduled to fly back to Germany the very next day, July 7th. Lars insisted that they should leave without him. He told them he would stay behind, take some medication, and catch a bus or a later flight once his ear healed. His friends hesitated, but Lars looked calm and rational. They packed their bags and boarded their flight, leaving Lars alone in a foreign country. They had no idea that they were looking at their best friend for the absolute last time. As soon as his friends left, Lars checked into a cheap, sketchy establishment near the airport called Hotel Color. It was located in an area of Varna known for high crime rates and drug trafficking. The moment Lars entered that hotel room alone, his behavior altered drastically. It wasn't a gradual change. It was an immediate, terrifying descent into absolute paranoia. At around 11 p.m., Lars called his mother, Sandra Mittank, via cell phone. His voice was a frantic whisper. He told her he didn't feel safe at the hotel. He ordered her to cancel his credit cards immediately. When his mother, terrified and confused, asked him why, Lars muttered 5 words that would haunt her forever. "They are trying to kill me." Sandra tried to calm her son down, but Lars hung up. A few hours later, at 1 a.m., Lars called her again. This time, he was practically hyperventilating. He claimed that 4 men were actively hunting him, following him down the hotel hallways. He told his mother that he was hiding in the bathroom, staring at the door, waiting for them to break in. But it gets even weirder. Lars wasn't just paranoid about people. He was paranoid about his medication. The doctor had prescribed him an antibiotic called cefuroxime 500. It is a completely standard antibiotic for ear infections. Yet, Lars text messaged his mother, asking, "What is cefuroxime 500? Is it safe?" Hotel Color's security cameras later confirmed that Lars spent the entire night pacing up and down the hallways, looking out the windows, and hiding in the shadows. At 3 a.m., Lars abruptly left the hotel altogether. He walked out into the pitch-black streets of Varna with no shoes, wandering aimlessly for nearly 2 hours before returning. Who was they? Were the Bulgarian thugs from the beach truly hunting him across the city? Or was something else happening inside Lars's mind? The sun finally rose on July 8th. Lars grabbed his bags and took a taxi to the Varna Airport. He thought the airport would be his sanctuary. He thought he was finally safe. He was dead wrong. At around 6 a.m., Lars arrived at Varna Airport. He text messaged his mother, saying he had made it to the terminal and was heading to see the airport's internal medical officer, Dr. Kosta Kostov, to get one final clearance certificate to fly back to Germany. Lars entered Dr. Kostov's private office. For about 45 minutes, everything seemed completely normal. Dr. Kostov examined Lars's ear, reviewed his medication, and noted that Lars was quiet, but totally cooperative. But then, the atmosphere in that small room changed in a split second. While Lars was sitting in the chair, a construction worker clad in a safety vest entered the office to assist with some ongoing airport renovations. The moment Lars saw this worker, his eyes went wide. He froze. Dr. Kostov later reported that Lars began to tremble violently. He looked at the construction worker, then at the doctor, and screamed, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here." Without warning, Lars stood up. He left his massive duffel bag containing his clothes on the floor. He left his wallet containing hundreds of euros on the table. He left his passport and his cell phone right in front of the doctor. Lars sprinted out of the office. Look closely at the footage. He exits the main airport doors. He doesn't look like a man casually walking away. He is sprinting with the speed of an Olympic athlete. His arms are flailing. His head keeps jerking backward, as if an invisible monster is chasing him down the sidewalk. He runs past the taxi stands. He runs past the security checkpoints outside. He reaches the outer perimeter of the airport, a massive open field guarded by a 10-foot-tall barbed wire fence. Lars doesn't hesitate. He climbs the fence with terrifying agility, slicing his hands and clothes on the sharp metal barbs. He drops down onto the other side. Directly ahead of him lay a massive, dense sunflower field stretching for miles, backed by a dark forest. Lars runs straight into the towering sunflowers. The stalks close behind him. And just like that, Lars Mittank vanished from the face of the earth. For 12 long years, private detectives, German police, Interpol, and thousands of internet sleuths have tried to piece together what happened inside that field. No body was ever found. No clothing. No bones. No blood trails. To solve this, we have to look at the 3 major theories that dominate the internet today. And the final theory will completely change how you view human psychology. Theory 1. The drug mule/organ mafia. Many independent investigators believe Lars's paranoia was 100% justified. Bulgaria is notorious as a major transit hub for illegal human trafficking and organ harvesting syndicates in Eastern Europe. The theory suggests that the Bayern Munich fans, who beat Lars up, were actually recruiters for a local gang. When Lars was left alone at the hotel, he realized he was being watched. Why did he run from the airport doctor's office? Because the construction worker who walked in wasn't a worker at all. He was a spotter sent by the mafia to abduct Lars before he could board the plane. Lars ran into the sunflower field to hide, but the cartel caught up to him, executed him, and disposed of his body where it would never be found. Theory 2. The lethal medication side effect. The second theory shifts the blame from external monsters to an internal one. Remember the antibiotic Lars was prescribed? Cefuroxime 500. While it is generally safe, medical literature states that in less than 0.1% of patients, cefuroxime can cross the blood-brain barrier and cause acute, severe psychotic reactions, including extreme paranoia, vivid auditory hallucinations, and panic attacks. Lars was already stressed, sleep-deprived, and suffering from a head injury. The theory states that the drug triggered a sudden, catastrophic chemical imbalance in his brain. The construction worker was just an innocent man, but to Lars's drug-induced psychosis, he looked like an assassin. Lars ran into the wilderness in a state of absolute madness, eventually succumbing to dehydration or hypothermia deep inside the forest. Theory 3. The untreated brain trauma, the concussion loop. This is the theory favored by many neurological experts. When Lars was assaulted on July 5th, he didn't just rupture his eardrum. He likely suffered a massive, undiagnosed concussion or a traumatic brain injury, TBI. When a TBI goes untreated, especially with a ruptured ear that affects balance and spatial awareness, it can cause rapid brain swelling. This swelling can trigger an acute psychotic break, rendering a perfectly healthy person completely detached from reality within 24 hours. Lars wasn't being chased by the mafia or poisoned by a pill. His own brain was misfiring, creating a living nightmare that he literally tried to outrun. To this day, Sandra Mittank refuses to give up hope. She still maintains a Facebook page dedicated to finding her son, believing that Lars might have suffered severe amnesia from his head injury and is currently living as a homeless man somewhere in Bulgaria or Germany, completely unaware of who he truly is. Lars Mittank's disappearance remains the ultimate modern mystery, a terrifying reminder of how fast a perfect life can dissolve into thin air in front of a security camera. What do you think happened to Lars? Did he run into the arms of a waiting cartel? Or did he run away from the ghosts inside his own mind? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.